I just want to smell like good pussy, respectfully. I just want to smell really. Hey, cousin, we are on our way to get my hair done. I had to find a new hairdresser. My weekly trips to Home Goods, okay? So this is the story. I have been using the same hairdresser for about 4 years, 3 to 4 years. And when I first met her, I was paying no problem. And she kept suggesting like, hey, we should do a barter system. Let's do a barter system. Let's do a barter system. And I said, no, I don't mind paying, because I know with barter systems, shit can go left really, really fast. So I was like, no. And my ex was like, listen, it sounds like a good deal. She's never played you. She seems up and up. Go ahead, do the barter system. So for years, I would do her social media, her website and everything, and she would wax me and do my hair. Now, I never ever went too crazy with hairstyles because, one, I didn't want to take up all her time. Two, I don't like to sit somewhere for 8 hours getting my hair done. And three, that's just consideration. I want to make sure the value stays the same on both of our ends. I told her, I said, listen, I think you should do a rebrand. Let's freshen you up. Let's get some new life into your mobile salon. And I said, this is the price for the website. You know, pay me as you go. Let's do a payment plan. She agreed. Invoice drawn up. She was making, her first 2 payments were the most consistent. Then it rolled around to September, October. She was supposed to make a payment every other week, so that's twice a month. When September and October hit, she was only making payments once a month. Then she lost her job. And yeah, so total she made like 5 payments. Okay, total she made 5 payments. She lost her job, and then she got back rolling. Monday of this week, she sent me a text message. I'm not going to read the text messages, but long story short, she said, effective immediately, I am terminating my services. All the social media your graphic design company created, plus the website, we've dismantled, we've taken down. Let me know when we can link up to receive the hoodies and the sweatshirts you owe me. I'll get into that. And yeah, thank you for your due diligence, and deuces. This is via text message this Monday at 5:32 p.m. I do owe her sweatshirts, hoodies, and t-shirts. But this is the catch. I asked her for quotes. She had to get a new phone, and she lost all her quotes in her old phone. So I have no problem giving her her sweatshirts, her hoodies, and t-shirts. And I don't even think it was sweatshirts. I think it was hoodies and t-shirts, but whatever. I don't mind giving you those. If you provide me with the quotes, I will give them to you immediately. Oh, and plus she wanted quotes first, but then she was like, I want to do some graphics. Well, you only paid for quotes. So when you get into graphics, sorry if you hear my cat, and sorry if you hear my laundry room's right by my bedroom. If you want larger graphics, it's going to be more money. So just add on to whatever you pay. I won't charge you for a whole new price. Cool beans. Come on. Be quiet. So yeah, so that was that. But I have a question for you in this process. You sent me a text message pretty much telling me, you know, I can't do your hair no more out of the blue in this transition, and, you know, effective immediately, I'm terminating my services. But what about the money you owe me? She owed me at the time $2,500, $2,500. I sent her the invoice, and I said, well, first of all, she sent me a text message, and I said, hey, give me a call. I already knew she wasn't going to call me. So I let a couple days pass by, and on Thursday, I shot her a text with the invoice. She got back to me less than a minute. She replied back quick. And she said, well, I don't want the business cards. Okay. So if you don't want the business cards, let's deduct $200. Now you owe me $2,300. I really hope she pays me, because that is definitely a situation where you can go to court over. and I just want to be done with her. She's dead to me. But on my end, I have to take accountability. I should have made her pay for her website up front. But we had such a rapport, it was just like, she would never do that to me. She would never, ever, ever. She did. She did. So learn from me. Even if you know people really, really good, you never really know them, make them pay up front. And it was devastating. It was devastating because you build a rapport with your hairstylist. This is the person that's touching your hair, your scalp. You know, she grew my hair back and she grew my hair back again. We had deep conversations and deep talks. And to top it off, we found out we were cousins. Alexa, tell me why I should work hard today.
Well, it's Saturday morning and you're already up before 6 a.m. That's some serious dedication right there.
The umbrella is Love Yourself Boutique. That's the whole brand, like Target.
Okay.
So the boutique is going to be
so it's self-love.
Love Yourself Boutique. That's the umbrella. And within the store, we have Self-Love. That's the cosmetic line. Then I have Return to Love. It's all in there. Then I have Return to Love. That's the clothing line. And then I have this Pour Into Yourself, like keepsakes, little personal things to give to somebody or yourself. So that's what's going to be one thing.
So what colors do you want your website?
The gold champagne, and
that's it?
Yeah.
Just gold and champagne?
Yeah, so you...
My weekly trips to Home Goods, okay?
Yeah.
I need to take... So I got delivered to me today a Kindle. Child, this has been a decision of my life. I've been going back and forth about buying a Kindle for a while now because I wasn't ready to let traditional books go. But after looking at the pricing of books and the space that books take up, it was pretty easy for me to make my decision. There is a new Kindle out. Actually, it's in color. And then there's the Paperwhite generation of Kindles. I didn't need all that. I just need a basic Kindle to read on and throw in my bag every day. So today's outfit is real cute and simple. I have some colorful Huaraches. Huaraches are my favorite sneaker. I have a Gap hoodie on, real simple, real cute. Van Cleef, my Cartier, my everyday gold bangle, and an oldie but goodie, an old school Marc Jacobs pretty ass green. Of course, through 2 purse charms on here. So yes, let's go make some perfume.
She said, take your time, just a rush. I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. She said, take your time, just a rush. I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt.
We got this lady's fucking nose in Beyonce's perfume.
Beyonce, I ain't fucking got it. She had me spend $900 on the damn ring.
Yeah, to begin with, I always ask everyone what kind of scent you're looking for today, specifically.
I have notes from a scent that I want to try to replicate. Okay. That's why I said I feel like picture replicate.
Fruitier side, just in case. We can shout anything.
Honey, I just want to smell like good pussy, respectfully. I just want to smell really good. I want to smell like candy. I want to smell like vanilla. I want to...
I love patchouli.
And also that black earth patchouli scent, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that smells real grown. That smells like real Dubai-ish, real sultry.
Yeah. I love sultry.
So you can break my heart if you want to. She said, take your time, what's the rush? Take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, down my mind. She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, down my mind. I'm a dog, down my mind.
Today I did a thing. I went to Old Factory NYC and I made my own perfume. Let's talk about it. So Monday or Tuesday or one of these days, I went online and I made my appointment. I believe at Old Factory NYC you can't walk off the street, but they definitely prefer you to have an appointment, rightfully so, because this is an experience and it's not one of those things where you just go spray some perfume or some cologne and you walk out the door. No. So my appointment was at 1 o'clock today. I got there at 1 o'clock on the dot. I was super nervous because the first Uber canceled on me, and thank God I don't live too far from Center City. I made it there on time. My friend, he was about 15 minutes late. But I was greeted immediately as soon as I walked in. The vibe was everything. They definitely encourage you to take content. It's a win-win situation. I wish more stores would understand that, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, so you walk in, you're greeted, and then there's a wall of base notes. So I think there's like there might be like 8 or 9 different base notes you can pick from, and that is going to be your foundation for your fragrance, right? You go pick that out, then you sit down and your chemist starts placing your base notes with other notes to create your custom fragrance, right? We end up getting a young lady, her name was Yuki. She was everything. I knew immediately we was in good hands, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be like stereotypical or racist or anything like that, but she was an Asian young lady and I already knew. I said, girl, you about to do what's right. Another thing I love about this experience, they do not rush you at all. Mind you, my friend was 15 minutes late. Not his fault. Traffic is crazy in Philly. If you know, you know. But they didn't rush us. We were in there for at least 2 hours. Ray was kind of going back and forth about, you know, what fragrances he wanted for his base notes for his cologne. But once we sat down, she introduced herself, we introduced ourselves, and she just started mixing our base fragrance with different notes. I think total, she mixed about 20 different fragrance samples. 10 for me and 10 for Ray. When you're creating a fragrance, it literally is chemistry. It literally is chemistry, right? So it was just amazing to see her mix the different things. So when she was mixing and me and him was just running our mouths like we always do, and then she said, okay, are you ready? And she wrote on each stick of paper, she wrote the base note of what it was, which was the same regardless, plus the notes she mixed in with it. So for example, she would say, okay, well, your base note was, what was one of the fragrance name? Austin. This is Austin with notes of lavender and caramel. I don't even know if that makes sense, but you get the gist. And you smell it again. If it's a keeper, you put it in front of you. If it's not, you put it in a like a glass jar for her to dispose. And literally you do that 10 times over. And you go back and forth and you go back and forth. After we picked, oh, and you can pick up to 4 scents. So out of those 10 she mixed for you, you pick 4. Then once you have your scents picked, she asks you to roll up your sleeves, and depending on how many fragrances that you like, because like I said, you get up to 4. I only picked 2 for me. Not that they weren't good, but I don't know. I just found 2 that when she mixed them, it really resonated with my fragrance spirit. But Ray had 4. He had 4. So she put a dab of his cologne on his wrist, right here on his inner elbow, his arm, and then another fragrance on this arm. So they put it on you and they say, listen, go outside, smell the fragrance that was just created for you in the world. Smell it in the air of the street, because it will smell different in store than out in the street. And she never lied. Once I stepped outside and I started spraying and started smelling the perfumes that she mixed, yeah, it was definitely a difference from when we was in store smelling to when we went outside. And it's so crazy because all you see is people outside doing this. So you already know they're in the process of picking out their perfume or their cologne. Walk back in and be like, this is the one I want. Then from there, she brings out a tray of different color ribbon. You pick the ribbon you want on your bottle and what you want to name your perfume or cologne. And I believe the ribbon on the outside, I don't know, does it match my perfume bottle? I don't know. Let me see. So, ooh. Okay. And it's packaged really well. Like, no joke. And, ooh. And I named my perfume Sunshine. And here it is. I don't know if it's focused or not. But yes, it is everything. It smells so good. Yes, God, it smells so freaking good. So we're gonna put that back in its packaging. That's what we're gonna do. And let me show you the back of the box. Even the back of the box, it's branded really nice. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's embossed. It's really nice. And here is my card. And the card has all the base fragrances you can pick from. Riley, Hunter, Jaden, Cam, Ashton, Reed, Lulu, Taylor, Ray. I picked Ray, and Ray notes is described as fearless, sparky, and gorgeous. And baby, if that's not me, and is. So this is what it looks like. Then I had Yuki. She was my chemist, and my perfume consists of grapefruit and pink peppercorn. I like pink peppercorn. So yeah. Today was the perfect Saturday. It was sunny. It was like 54 degrees. Oh. Moments like this just make me so grateful for friendship. It makes me grateful to be able to get out and about. It just makes me grateful. I'm so grateful. And things been really hard lately. Just being a business owner and living life. But moments like this